Okay, we're going to make a money clip. This is going to have a fireman's emblem on it. And we're going to start with a piece of 16 gauge nickel silver, 1 1/4 wide, about 5 3/16 long. And we're going to just cut this strip out with our jeweler's saw. And once we get that cut out, we're going to take a file. And it's real important to have these edges of the strip straight and smooth. Now what we're going to do is take our orbital and just go over it with a sanding disc, and that will further smooth it up straight like we need it. Now we marked a curve on the end. You can see there. I scribed it. And I just took a tin can, a round tin can, and marked a suitable curve that I thought would work for this money clip. And I'm just going to cut that with my jeweler's saw also. And here we got the curves cut on the ends. And we're going to take our orbital and we're going to smooth those ends up a little bit. I usually use 160 grit to clean up the rough edges. There we go. Now I put my maker's mark on the back, and this is the emblem I'm putting on. It's a fire department Maltese cross, and you don't have to put an emblem on a money clip, but I'm cutting this one out of 18 gauge nickel silver, and this is what this customer wanted. He's a fireman, and he wanted a fireman's money clip. So this is what I'm doing on this one. And this emblem, once I get it cut out, it will be soldered to the lower part of the money clip. Not right up in the center, but not right at the bottom either, kind of in between there. And I used my rotary grip orbital again to clean this Maltese cross up real nice and make sure there's no burrs on it. Then this is a different transfer method that I've showed before. And I spray the item with a SP 3105. It's a carton stencil ink. And I spray this cross with it. And then I let that dry good. And I spray the bottom half of this money clip because I'm going to transfer not only this emblem on the Maltese, but also want to transfer these engraving patterns that I drew onto the money clip itself. And the emblem has to be in a mirrored effect, and I put it upside down on the cross. And then I take acetone and I just lightly daub the emblem with acetone. And that will transfer the emblem to the piece. I've showed this transfer method before. It's an old school transfer method that they taught me in engraving school. And when you daub that emblem with the acetone, it releases the print onto the image or onto the piece. And the stencil ink just lets it show up real nice. Now that stencil ink has to be real dry. It's best to let it dry an hour or two. Now here you can see how it transferred over. I've discovered other transfer methods since I did this video, but this is still a basic transfer method that works good. And some people don't have a laser jet, and this works good with an inkjet. Okay, next I take a stamp, and they're 1/16 inch stamps, and it requires a lot of patience to get these stamped just right. And I could hand engrave the letters, but these letters are really small, and I just feel more comfortable stamping them with the stamps. Now the emblem I transferred onto the cross has the lettering on it, so I know exactly where I need to put the stamps to make it look good. I just have to use my magnifying visor and watch real close. And here's, you can see that I've got it stamped the way I wanted it. And it worked out pretty good. If you're real careful, you can get those stencils right on the letters. And 1/16 is what I usually use to stamp with. Any larger than that, I hand engrave them. Now I'm tapping the back of it with some masking tape on it to straighten it out a little. Now here I put it in my vise and I'm engraving the different designs on the cross. And just like cutting out the circle around the Maltese cross and some other designs there. The fire in the middle and that kind of thing. I'm just using a square graver for this. Now here I'm using a stenciler and I'm doing a little stenciling around the center flames. At this point I've got the Maltese engraved and I've got the money clip engraved with my floral design, as you can see here. And it's going to go right about the center right here of the bottom half of the money clip. I'm going to take some blue masking tape. I'm going to tape this up right around the bottom lip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tongs and I'm going to bend that bottom lip up a little bit. That way when you slide it over your money or your cards, it will kind of glide onto them. With that being flat right there, it might catch. So I bend up just a little bit of a turn up on that bottom edge of where that will be the bottom edge of the money clip. You can kind of see that right there. Okay, and I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. I've got a little bit of scarring, even with it masking tape on it. It made a little scar there, so I cleaned it up some. Now I tinned the back of this emblem, and I'm going to put it onto the money clip where I want it and hold it in place with my stainless steel clips. And then I'm going to heat it up and let it adhere. I'm using 430-degree solder here. That's fine for a money clip, and it works great. It's easy to do. You don't have to get the piece real scorching hot. And it's stuck down good. It'll be there from now on. Cool it off, and then I polish it real good. And next thing I'm going to do is I will tape it all up for a final bending. I've got a dowel rod here. It's a 3/8 dowel rod, and I'm gonna bend this over the piece. It's an oak dowel rod, and I just kind of hand bend it. I center it up. There's no really marks on it. I just judge it by looking at it, and I just start bending it. And the main thing is to try to keep it even, to where it'll come out and the ends are meeting. And that's the hardest part. Once you get it bent over the rod though, kind of like that, I can, just a little bit more, but then I can put it in the vise and I will crimp it on down some more. Now some people like money clips wider than usual because they carry their credit cards in them. Maybe they carry this instead of a whole billfold. I've got one customer that does that. Then other people just want it to carry bills in, and those will have to be thinner as far as the bend goes. This one's going to carry credit cards and money, so I don't bend it together quite as much. I use a little bit of leather right in between it, so I know about the thickness I need it. And doing this and crimping the back below down by the bend will bring it together better. When I pull the leather out, it'll have more tension on it. Now here's some credit cards in a bill, and you can see that it fits real nice. So that will work for me. Just test it a little bit, make sure it's not too loose. Then I'm going to take all the tape off and give it a final polish, and we'll be ready to go with this one. Hey, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I'll keep bringing you some how-to videos. Thanks for watching.